Hi guys, this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here to bring you another one of my digis, and I'm really excited because I'm also going to tie it in with hopefully making my entry for the lovely Rachel at Roxy Creations for her. She's doing like a birthday giveaway kind of thing. It was her 50th birthday and she's doing a, where you have to send an entry to be entered for her giveaway. So I thought that I would use this, launching of this digi, and also couple it with making something to send to her. So if you haven't seen her giveaway details, I will try my best to remember to link the details video below, and hopefully then you can go and check that out. But anyway, that's the plan. I've just piled this bunch of goodies here because if you watch my channel a lot, you'll know that I like to do this when I'm launching something. Just sort of pile it up with some goodies, and it just makes everything look yummy and scrumptious. So let me just move those to one side. So this particular kit is one of my smaller kits in that it's for sale in two separate pieces, or two separate digital files. So you've got your background pages and you've got your ephemera pieces. So if I show you the background pages first, they come to you as a 10-page PDF download. I've talked about this before. I do the PDFs because they are the most universally generic downloadable format. I have talked about this before, and obviously when I was kind of researching it and things, I mean, the JPEGs, obviously you can resize them and things like that much easier than you can a PDF, which, you would kind of downsize via your print settings. But they are very fiddly to work with and things like that. And obviously they don't come to you in just, one file or anything. So that's why I chose PDFs as my downloadable format. Yeah, so that's kind of how they come. So the background pages are one PDF file, and they are for sale as a complete set. So if you didn't want the ephemera part, then you could just purchase the background pages, and then the background pages are for sale in a separate PDF download, and obviously they do not come with the background pages. So that way you can break it up if you didn't want the whole kit. So the background pages, the first page here is this gorgeous, like a montage of all these beautiful vintage ladies. So these are taken from vintage cigarette cards, just absolutely gorgeous. Now, I just do want to point out, they're quite grainy, these pictures. Now, that is how the originals are. It's not my reproductions that are grainy. That's how these were, because these are obviously vintage pictures. And that's how those, those images were on these particular things. So that's the first page, which is like this montage of these ladies. Then this is the next page here. So I've just taken obviously one of the ladies and, made another background page. I'll just try and scoot through these quite quickly, but you've got sort of a variety of colourways and images and things. And obviously these are really designed to go with your junk journals, so you'd obviously fold them in half like that. But of course you can tear them down. You can use them for, scrapbooks and cards and what have you. So and as always, of course, you can use all of these in works that you sell, in journals that you make and things. I just ask that you don't sell either the digital files themselves or printed copies of just the, the digital files. So you've got this one, which I just absolutely love, this kind of, I don't know, like a tealy colour blue. It's just so pretty. You've got this one here, which again, just love the colours in this. It just is so pretty. This one here, a slightly paler one there. This one here, again, I just love this blue, and sort of coupled with the flowers, it just looks so scrumptious and yeah, just really, really pretty. Sorry, that was my carrier bag to the side of me that just moved. This one here, isn't this the most lovely, beautiful image? She's so pretty, isn't she? So yeah, I mean, I'm not normally a yellow girl, and I have talked about that before, but I love this page. It's actually one of my favourite pages, I think, because she's so pretty, and yeah, just really love it. And this one, Oh, I just absolutely love the colours and the flowers and things. So, and then this is your final of the background pages. And again, I've started including things like this in my kits a bit, so that you've got something much plainer to back your pieces onto, so that you can then obviously, you know, have something to write on. Yeah, so that's what that one is. Okay, and then going on to the ephemera pieces. So this is a 6-page download. Now you have to excuse the tops where they've been cut off. It's because I've printed them on this 200 GSM card. And I've talked about this before, I know, but my printer doesn't really like taking it through more often than not. So it sort of sucks it in and ends up cutting the top of the print line off. But I'm struggling to fit this in as well to the, you know, the camera space. But I've tried to do these reasonably colour coordinated, so that if you were just printing page by page, you know, this one's got lots of the red roses on. You've got this one which is kind of slightly paler images and things. So then you could really pick and choose how you obviously wanted to print these off. This one, which has obviously got quite a few yellow toned things. And then you've got this one here. Again, I've done these little banners, which I just absolutely love. And you've got a large tag here. This obviously is a bit more of a generic colourway. And then you've got this one here. You've got a couple of those lovely banner pieces. And then you've got a couple of the larger lady images. A couple more of these little pieces there. Some little journaling type labels. Here you've got a little file folder. So again, unfortunately, obviously, it's been cut off there with the printer, but you would have the same tab the other side. And you just obviously fold that up and assemble that. And then you've got, again, a couple of journaling labels and a larger version of that lady. And then here, last page, you've just got some stationery items. The stationery items, I try to, you know, tend to put them at the last page, so that, again, if you wanted to print these just on regular copy paper, I mean, obviously I've printed all of this on 200 GSM, but if you wanted to print this on regular copy paper, then you could. And then you just fold them like as if they were a letter or something like that. I haven't printed this on coffee dyed paper, so I couldn't tell you how it looks. I feel pretty confident that it would look lovely. But yeah, I haven't actually tried that, you know, tried that out. And I also haven't tried it out on ivory paper, so I wouldn't like to say what it looks like on that. But hopefully it would look, you know, awesome on there. I'm pretty sure that it would look pretty cool on tracing paper or vellum as well. I can just picture lots of these images looking absolutely gorgeous, you know, on tracing paper. I mean, that one in particular, I just think would look absolutely gorgeous. So anyway, that's the kit. As I say, it's 2 separate pieces. It's the background pages and the ephemera pieces. And I don't know even whether I said the name actually, but it's called Florentine. So that's in my Etsy now. And I'm just clearing a space now. Let's have a play with it and create something to send to Rachel for her birthday giveaway. So what I thought we could do, she's accepting various different types of pieces. So one of them, she said that she would accept his kind of envelopes. So I thought we could do like a Crafty Cat envelope piece. Now, when I did my mass making, lots of ladies offered some brilliant tips. And one of the tips was cut down the flap that's going to tuck inside the other envelope. And I just thought, what a brilliant, genius idea, because look at that. It's so much easier to tuck that in. So thank you, ladies, those of you who suggested that. What a fantastic idea. I mean, sometimes things are so obvious, but for some reason, they just don't occur to you, you know, or me. Sorry, me. I'm not saying they don't occur to you, because clearly they do, because you suggest it. But yeah, they just don't occur to me. So that's a fantastic idea. Thank you very much. And as you can see, it works wonders. Now, please excuse my glue here. Having some glue issues because I think what's happened is my glue, which was beside my, I don't think that's going to work. I could do with another nozzle one. I don't think I have got one. let's just spread it with my finger there. Oh, sorry, Rachel, this is just going to be a rubbish project to send to you. I can just tell already. You know, when you want to do your best work, and then it's just going to turn out like my worst ever work, because it's going to be so shoddy. So I'm going to just apologise in advance. Right, let's just tuck that in there, which of course now is not very easy because I've now got my messy glue on my finger. So much for me saying, oh, that was so quick and easy. It's no longer quick and easy because of course now covered in glue. Oh my gosh. Right, struggling a lot here, so I may have to I might have to stop this and actually go and buy some more glue, because I don't think I've got any other glue left. So I sometimes, you know, have other bottles that I've bought ready. I don't think I have right now, so that's very, very annoying. Right, okay. Let me just have a look, because I'm sure in my bin here I threw away a glue bottle yesterday. So I wonder whether I could just take, oh no, because I'd cut the nozzle down on that. Oh well. Right, I'm going to do my best to persevere with this. It's not going to be ideal, of course, but you know, otherwise I'm going to have to actually stop the video and go and buy some more glue. So right, I have got a brush here. Let's at least try and be neat and use a brush. Bit of sort of damage limitation there, just using my finger wasn't panning out too brilliant. So yeah, let's use the brush there. Okay. Right, hopefully we can now just crack on using the brush. So I mean, obviously this is not ideal, this is not really how I had planned this to go, but you know, hey ho, sometimes these things are sent to try us, aren't they? And you know, just occasionally things work out all the better for it, don't they? So we'll see. Right, next problem is I don't have, obviously, you know, printed that kit on copy paper, so now I don't particularly have pieces on card. So what I'm going to do is a bit on the fly here. I'm just going to use the stationery for my central pieces. And I'm sure that you've all seen somebody doing these beautiful envelopes. I've done them on the mass making, and I have done them a couple of other times. And obviously the idea, initiated by Crafty Cat Amy. So you've probably seen it on her channel. And I know that I've seen Rachel do these. I don't know who else has done them, but anyway, they're really great. So they're a really good idea. And I just thought, well, this might just be the perfect thing to send. So right, let's cut these down. So yes, in an ideal world, I would have obviously chosen probably one of the background pages to use here, but because I printed those on copy paper, I don't really have that as an option. So I'm going to just use the stationery here to create my inside envelope flaps. I'll just check which way round I want them. I mean, to be fair, it really doesn't particularly matter. And obviously, you know, if this were being stitched into a signature, it doesn't really matter that this is not now matching. Oh, she says, I mean, can you tell I'm not really convinced of that, because I do like things really matchy-matchy. Oh, it's very frustrating. I wonder if I've got any at all printed on card. Let me just flick the camera off and just see whether I've got any of the background pages floating about. Hold on. Yay! I knew I had some somewhere, but it was just a case of where had I put them, because obviously when I first created the kit, I had done a lot of printing to you know, to get it how I wanted it. So fantastically, I had some of the background pages ready printed, ready to use. So let me just move that to the side. Right, I feel much happier now because, you know, I could have gone with it as it was, but to be honest, I wouldn't have felt 100% happy that the, you know, either side of the envelope were different patterns. I would have just sort of, you know, I would have found that a bit annoying. So just having a look here. Let's use this one because I absolutely love these blues. So yeah, just double checking through my little pile here. Yep, let's go for the blues here. So just want to cut this down about there, I think. So what I might do is just fold that in half. As you can see, I mean, I've actually double-sided this with that background page. You know, I said that there was a background page there. So that's what that was on the back. So you can see then how that would look, you know, if that were a journal page, that you've got that then to be able to write on and things. So it works quite nicely. You know, obviously it's not completely plain. It has got some patterns on there, but it's pale enough to be able to write on it anyway. So, right, I'm going to try and tear this and hope that this goes okay. Okay. Okie dokie. Right, we are now ready to rumble at long last. So what I'm going to do is glue this down right across that section. Again, I've obviously got that rubbish messy glue now, so let me now use my 3-in-1 just along this back line. Don't know whether that's quite the right expression, but you know, where it's going to join sort of here, only because otherwise it's going to be very oozy. So that's that line where it's going to glue down there. And I'm just going to literally pour this glue out and then spread this around. So tons of glue coming out. Again, just use that brush, so hopefully, you know, make it a little bit neater than I would just using my finger. And I will probably have to tidy this up a little bit, I suspect. So okay, so that's that. Right. Oh. Okay, and I'm just going to stick that down there, kind of going at the top, hopefully, so that I only have to cut it down at the bottom, like that. So just press that down with my dry wet wipe. Okie dokie. Okay, so that's my piece glued down there, and I would just trim that down here at the bottom, just because actually it's quite easier to, or you know, it's a bit easier to do it one side at a time, because once they're both glued on, obviously it's hard to get to the middle. There we go. Right, that's one. And then we're just, you know, because I like things quite coordinated, I'm just going to pop this one on the facing side. So again, what I'm going to do is just fold that along here, because I just want it moved over slightly. This is just so that I can get more of the flowers in. That's all I'm doing this bit for. So again, oh, just no wonder I've got no nails, honestly. Honestly, what terrible methods just doing that. It's just terrible, isn't it? So again, just go down there. Just tear that off like that, okay? And then we're just going to do exactly the same just gluing this one down along there. So again, what I'm going to do is just run some glue here. Just going to pop that under that flap and under this side. Oops. Okay, and then we'll just run a bit of glue down there like that, and then just pop some glue around the actual envelope itself. Wow, I mean, this is really extravagant because my glue bottle feels practically empty already, and it was only opened yesterday. So and I seriously, I mean, I do a lot of crafting, but I haven't done that much. Okay. Just go to the edges as much as possible. Like that. Okie dokie, right. Take my other piece and just pop that down there. Again, just trying to, you know, have it butt up at the top so that I have a bit less cutting to do. So that's that. Okay. Okay, now I wanted that edge looking, you know, rough, and now I'm kind of wondering whether that just is a bit too shoddy, but well, I'll link it up and hopefully it will look quite nice. But yeah, it does look pretty rough, doesn't it? Maybe that wasn't such a good idea, but oh well. We will just go with it now because obviously I'd have to restart again to change it now. So I just trim this down here. Right, now what I'm going to do here is just trim in just literally like not even a millimetre probably. I'm literally taking that edge off just so that that's opening now like a pocket. And again, I mean, you've probably seen these before, so you know, I apologise if I'm now just talking about things that we've done time and time before. Let me just spread this with my spreader. I'm not quite sure that that's stuck very well. Obviously it's not helped because there's such a huge amount of glue on that side bit now. Okie dokie, right. Okay. Okay, looking good. And hopefully that side is glued down. It's not very well glued there. So I will probably have to go around this, to be honest, and, you know, just attach it with some more glue because, well, clearly I need to actually just go and buy some more glue. It's very annoying when things like that happen. Because as I say, I mean, that was a new glue yesterday. Right, okay, let me just turn that over so I'm not getting glue all over my piece here. Right, let me pop these to one side. Now, I'm just going to pull in like the ephemera type pieces. And actually, I think what we'll do, we'll decorate the front and the back and then decide what to do on the inside. So let's just have a look. Got this one here because, I mean, obviously I know that Rachel, she likes quite pale things. I don't want to make this too bright for her. I know that I'm very drawn to colour. So I hope this is going to turn out okay, really. As I say, this unfortunately has been chopped off at the top by my printer. But hopefully that will be okay anyway. So let me just pull in my background pages now that are printed on the paper, because obviously they'd be quite good to use for this. So, right, I'm just thinking, should we just tear this down? Like that. Yep. And then we'll just tear it here. Do you want to tear it there, or would we prefer the blue? Well, because obviously Rachel's not, you know, not so much of a colour, bright colours person, we'll do it at the bottom, I think. So like that. It's nerve-wracking, I think, when you're making something for somebody else. So yeah, I find it sort of quite nerve-wracking. Right, so we've got that piece there. Now let's just glue this down. Oh, again, I'm just going to have to use this really oozy glue, which is just crazy. So honestly, Rachel, I'm just going to say now in advance, this is probably going to be like, you know, the thickness of goodness knows what, because obviously it's got such a lot of glue now on it. I mean, this is just so typical. I always remember when, you know, when I was still at work, and this is going back a few years actually now, this, you know, this particular story. They had this bake-off competition, and I mean, I very rarely enter anything really, because oh, you know, it's just not my thing. I don't, you know, I'm not a very competitive person, and I don't really go in for things and, you know, things like that. But everybody in the whole department was kind of participating, so had to bake a cake. And it was so annoying, because it was at a time where I did used to do a lot of baking, and oh, now that's really wrinkly. Oh, sorry, Rachel. It was at a time where I did a lot of baking, so, you know, I was reasonable at making cakes. Anyway, I went to the cupboard, and unfortunately, you know, it was whilst I was working, so it wasn't like I had tons of time to just be popping to the shops or anything else. And I didn't have my usual butter, you know, that I made for baking. And I didn't really have time to go and get some alternative. So I thought, oh, well, I'll just go with, you know, whatever I've got. Well, of course, my cake turned out really dry. And, you know, I'm not trying to say that my cakes normally are really great. They're, you know, they're okay. But they're not normally as dry as this particular cake was. So I was just so frustrated, because obviously I'd really wanted to do, like, you know, a really nice cake. And then it was like, oh no, it's turned out really dry. And of course, I mean, I didn't even have time to go and get some more butter. So I certainly didn't have time to make a whole another cake. I mean, I did debate getting up really early the next day and remaking it, but I didn't do that. And yeah, it was just really frustrating, because, you know, when you've kind of done something and you know that actually normally it's better than that. It was one of those scenarios. So it was, yeah, just one of those times where you just think, oh, why did that happen today of all days? I mean, completely my own fault, you know, obviously, but it just, sometimes that's kind of how life is, isn't it? Right, I'm going to glue this doily piece down. Now, this is that coffee dyed doily. I must be careful and hope that this does not react with any glue. Otherwise, this is going to be even more of a bodgy piece, and, you know, might not even be able to send it. So, there we go. Yeah, I really, really love these papers. I love those colours. I love the teal sort of colour with the roses. It's so pretty. I hope this is not sort of going to be too bright, you know. Just rough my edges up a little bit. Now, I know that as well, Rachel doesn't very often ink her stuff. So, you know, should I ink or shouldn't I ink? To ink or not to ink? That is the question. I kind of feel like I want to ink. Well, perhaps I'll just try and be a bit gentle. Honestly, I mean, me and gentle, those are just not things that really go in the same sentence, are they? But let's just try and ink a little bit light-handed. See, already I'm kind of drifting in and getting a little bit too inky. Okay. Right. And I'm going to have that lace up there. Now, just need to ink here because obviously I've torn that page out. And, oh, well, I might as well just ink around the whole thing now. So, sorry, Rachel. Hopefully it's going to be okay. So I might as well just ink around the inside as well whilst I'm doing this. This is really soggy, you know, from all that glue, I have to say. So yeah, it's going to be super solid when it arrives to you, so I'm sorry about that as well. Just trying to get in those torn edges. Okay. Right, so if I'm going to put that there and this bit of lace here, I mean, to be honest, that looks so pretty. I just, you know, I like it exactly as it is. I will obviously, you know, put other things down. Just wondering, got this stamped image here with some gold on it, which I really like. So I'm now wondering, should I have that as a pocket and this in the pocket? You know, would that be nicer? I mean, the only reason why I think maybe do it the other way round is because this is not inked up and this is a coffee dyed piece of card. So it would be better to have this as the pull-out piece because obviously it's coffee dyed on the back and everything as well. So maybe I should do it that way round. But then I should probably have my pocket this way because otherwise it's, you know, it's possibly going to be sticking out the, you know, there might not be enough room. If it was stitched into a journal, there might not be enough room then to actually pull the journaling card out. So let's just pop it down this way. Like that. Okay. Then I want to have the lace running just down here at the side, I think. Maybe just sort of tucking in there a little bit. So again, let me just try and apply some glue more onto the lace rather than the piece of paper. Okay. And of course, I mean, we probably are our own worst critics, aren't we? So there is that as well. So, well, I know that definitely I'm terrible. And I am working on it. I know that lots of people are so kind and say, you know, oh, don't be so hard on yourself. It's very difficult because if you've kind of grown up in a certain way, that's just how you know, behave, isn't it, in going forward. So, yeah, it's hard to then not be a certain way. Okay, so I quite like that, like that. Now I've got a little bow here, which we could just have a little bow. And do we want to have another bit of lace going off down at the bottom somewhere? Just really because I've already got that lace torn, so we might as well utilise it, mightn't we? So again, let me just dab the glue onto the lace. So I hope everyone's having a good day. Hope you're, you know, getting some nice crafting done, having a nice time. Okay. So, I mean, Rachel seems to have a lot of entries so far. It was annoying because, oh, I'm so terrible for just, I put people's videos as they come up, I put them in my watch later list. And then, of course, every day you get more videos added to watch later. So it ends up sometimes, you know, I'm miles behind in my watching. And that's a bit what happened here. Was actually I was a bit late to the party, if you see what I mean, because obviously I hadn't really seen her original video until this week, and I think her original video was launched, you know, a good couple of weeks before that. So I just happened to catch it now that she's obviously received quite a few entries already. So yeah, she's had a lot of entries already, which is amazing and, you know, really fantastic. And she's had some really beautiful ones, to be honest. But it's exciting, and actually, I mean, again, I've kind of never done anything like that, you know, asking people to send me things, because I don't know, always wonder whether you'll get any entries, which, you know, again, that's just more of my stuff going on there. So yeah, please just ignore that comment, just erase it. But yeah, she's got some really lovely entries, so it's very inspirational just seeing the lovely things that she's actually received, to be honest. So it's lovely to be able to join in and be part of it, because although I was a couple of weeks late, luckily for me, it's running until the 31st of March. So although I am a bit late, I still have time. Well, I mean, I'm filming this obviously, you know, a little bit ahead, so I think it's like the 4th or the 5th today. So hopefully there's going to be plenty of time for me to get my entry in. So happy birthday to you, Rachel. I hope you had a nice time, because obviously as well, her birthday has been and gone, so happy belated birthday. Hope you had a good day and, you know, were spoilt. Now, oh, I quite like that, So I'm just going to pop this word down here at the bottom. Hopefully that's going to stick nicely. And I'm going to just pop that little bow on there. Should have probably glued that bow with my hot glue, so it would just be instant. Don't know why I didn't. Let's just keep that pressed for a moment. And I've got a bulldog clip stuck on my cardigan for some reason. It was because for some reason my daughter had obviously had it, and then she'd left it in my bedroom. So I came across it this morning and I thought, oh, I must take that upstairs with me. So I just clipped it on my cardigan. I've been to the school with it and everything. I mean, obviously I had my coat on, so I mean, it wasn't like people could see it, but yeah, that's the type of thing that I just have laying around on my clothes, you know, bulldog clips and all sorts of things. Right, okay, let's just put this bling here. Okie dokie. Okay, right, I'm really messy again. Just, yeah, glue everywhere. Oh, I don't know how that happens to me every single time, but definitely like a very messy crafter. Right, just having a look to see what butterflies I've got here, to see whether I've got any that would be the right colours. I need to print off some more butterflies really, because these are mainly in here sort of printed ones, and you know, some that I've had like for years and years, so not necessarily very junk journal-y. You know, they're quite a few of them are quite bright and things, so just having a look to see what I've got, whether I've got anything that would be just right on here. No, I should have been organised and printed some more off. Oh well, never mind. Right, let's just see, just ink a couple up and see whether any of these would look right. If not, I might have to add the butterfly, you know, after the video. Oh, that's quite nice on there. Let's just go for that. Right, again, let me just use that silly glue. Oops. Oh, come on. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that didn't end up where I'd planned because obviously it just dropped onto the page. There we go, right. And try and make sure its wings are just about flapping. Okay, so that's my front page. Let me just check I'm filming still and I'm vaguely in frame. Right, and obviously that's my little journaling card that would go in there. Going over the page. Now, what do we want to have here? Let's just have a quick look. Well, I mean, we could just literally have a couple of pieces. These are just some bits that are just floating around on my desk, to be honest. Well, that's not really quite right, to be honest. Is that my new word today, do you think? To be honest. I've noticed that I've said that about 5 times in the last 10 minutes, so... Oh. Well, not even 10 minutes. The last probably 2 minutes. Okay. So perhaps we'll just have a bit of lace and, you know, leave this just in its glory. That might be quite nice, mightn't it? I wonder if we could have that somewhere. Right. Again, let me just quickly ink this up slightly. Okay. So this is just some vintage advert that was just laying around on my desk from another video, which may or may not be up. I think it probably isn't up yet, but it's probably a bit weird, isn't it? Well, I could have it there, I guess. Let me just see what other things I've got here to the side. Got these gorgeous frames, so let me just take a couple of those. I don't know how long I've been filming for now because obviously I had stopped the video a couple of times already. So I need to kind of bear that in mind. I might have already been filming for quite a long time. So it may be that I will have to do the back, you know, in slow time off camera because otherwise I might be heading for about, you know, an hour and a half video. So, which would definitely be my longest ever. But sometimes I do think, oh my gosh, they're just getting longer by the minute, to be honest. Longer by the day. Well, we could have it like that, to be honest. Oh, again, I'm saying that, to be honest, to be honest, to be honest, to be honest. Should we just have it like that? What I should do is obviously make this a pocket, really, shouldn't I? Okay, let's see what I've got now that I can just pop that onto, you know, so it's got enough rigidity, because this is literally, this is like a magazine piece, so it's pretty flimsy. I wonder whether if I just back it onto book page, whether that would be sufficient. Let's have a look. And obviously this, I've already done this with some double-sided tape ready for the video that I had been using the stuff in. So that's why it's already got tape on it. Okay. I'll just pop that there. Like that. So now we've got like the stiffest envelope ever with like the flimsiest pocket. Oh, Rachel, honestly, if you catch this video... Well, I hope you do catch it, actually, because if I just post this to you, you're just going to think, oh my gosh, look at her terrible stuff that she makes. So, yeah. probably better that you do see it. And then if we have this down here. Yeah, I quite like that. So let's just glue this down here. As I say, I mean, this is quite flimsy, but actually, and I just suddenly thought, did I want a bit of doily behind there? So just for a bit of like added interest, really. Oh yeah, let's have a little bit of doily, because you can never go wrong with that, can you? Okay. Just pop that down there. Okay. And I'm just going to pop this down now. Oops. There we go. And then along here. That there, and then the facing side I'm just going to leave as is, because I don't really want to cover up that pretty image, so I'm just going to leave it exactly as it is. You'll be pleased to know, because otherwise I'd be here again all day. Now, just wondering if we want a butterfly or anything on here. That's quite pretty, isn't it? Or we could have that, I guess, there actually. Got some of my number tabs here. I don't know whether they would perhaps look quite cool anywhere. Probably not, to be honest, but shall we just try one out? Let's have a number 6 maybe. Dokie. Yeah, I've never sent an entry before to any of those kind of friendship journal things ever before, so this is a first for me. So yeah, I'm kind of excited and nervous at the same time. Come on. So yeah, I'm filming this, you know, ahead. So my daughter's on a school trip today. She has gone to, it's a local sort of museum type place. And there's like farm. Actually, there's not really, well, there's a bit of a farm. I don't know whether you'd really call it a farm, to be fair. You know, probably not enough animals there to really qualify as a farm, but it's got sheep. Actually, it has got more than you think. It's kind of a bit spread about. It's not like the animals are in one place. So actually, it probably has got everything you would find on a farm, because it has got cows. It's got, yeah, it's got sheep. It's got chickens. What else? It's got a couple of horses, I think. It's got like one of those really big old Shire horses. Well, it did have, I don't know whether it would still have. I haven't been there myself for a really long time. But she's off there today, so it's only local, so it's not going to take them very long to get there. But she's super excited, so she's looking forward to going. I'm just going to pop that bit of lace over there. Yeah, she's super excited because obviously, you know, although it's not very far, you know, you can walk to it or anything like that. It's probably about 20 minutes in the car. So they're going on a coach, which she's very excited by. I think she's only been on a coach once before. That was on another school trip in year, you know, her first year. Yeah, so she's quite excited today to go on the coach. So to go on the coach and eat her picnic lunch. I don't know whether I'm the only person or whether we're the only people in our family, but you know, like whenever you have a family day out somewhere, You know, like when you go to a zoo or, you know, one of those kind of typical family kind of places, you know, like a proper day out rather than a walk. Because we go walking all the time and take like sandwiches with us. But when we go on one of those family days out, sorry, I'm just picking my glue up, which flicked on the floor. When we go on one of those like family days out, for some reason, I have no idea why this happens. The main thing that everybody cannot wait to do is eat the picnic. And when I say everybody, I am including myself in that. You know, it's like the picnic is kind of like dominating everybody's concentration. And you end up sitting down for your picnic like way earlier than you would ever eat when you're at home. I don't know why that happens. Especially because, I mean, our picnics are not like really exciting. I'm not an exciting picnic maker. They're normally really pretty dull. But yeah, everyone can't wait to eat their picnic. So I don't know quite what that's about or whether we're the only people who are like that. But it just always seems to be everyone can't wait to eat the picnic. Right, let's just quickly ink this journaling card up. And again, I probably should have actually coffee dyed this before popping this in. But again, I'm just going to pop it in as is. And it's just on white, so I'm just going to sort of ink it up a little bit. Okay. So just pop that in there like that. Okay, and then obviously we now need to just do the back. Probably take that off now. Oh my gosh, look at my bow now. It's completely squidged. There we go. Squished, squidged, squished. There we go. Right, and then we'll just do the back, which again, let's just have a look. Let me just see what time I'm up to. 37. So I might not be doing too badly, but I probably should get a move on now on this back page. Right, let's have a look. Now, what did we do on the front? Can't really remember. Okay, we used that. So again, because I'm a little bit of a matchy, you know, obsessive person, I might have to do something similar-ish on the back. But what I might do is take it down there so I don't have that lady on there. So I'm just going to tear that down like that. Okay. Oh, and I've been really good and just thrown that straight into the bin. Yes, I hear a lot of people say, well, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you just throw that straight into the bin? But, you know, it has been known that I would be inclined to keep that, thinking, oh, well, I might just use that somewhere. Right, again, got that terrible glue, so I'm just going to now pull in this paper. Let me just get rid of the rubbish off of there. And then just spread my glue out. Oh my gosh, this is just terrible. Terrible. Don't know how well stuck this one's going to be because this one doesn't now seem to have enough glue. Okay. There we go. Okay, right. Okay, press that down and probably should use my spreader because it's a little bit lumpy where it's so saturated in glue, which is just not fantastic, is it? But never mind. Right. Okay, now I need to now really crack on because we're just going to be here the whole day. So, oh, now look, now I'm having problems with this glue as well. Just literally giving it a bit of a helping hand just on the corner. I should probably do it there as well because I don't like it when it's coming up anywhere. Okay. Right, what should we put on this part? Now, again, let me just pull in the ephemera pieces. Now we could have this pretty piece here. I probably should stick with the bluey shades rather than going for something different, although I am slightly drawn to this one, so let me just cut this one out. Like that. Yeah, I think this is not going to look quite right because the colours are not, you know, not going to look quite right because the rest is all very blue and red, and this is, it's got no red whatsoever. Yeah, it doesn't look as bad as I thought it might actually, but it's probably still not the best. So let me just trim down this playing card. Again, you'll have to excuse the way it's been, you know, been sucked through the printer and chopped the top off. You know, clearly this is not how it comes. Does anyone else's printer do that if you're using really thick card? The weird thing is, when the printer was new, it didn't do that. So it's obviously something to do with, you know, it needs a clean or something like that. But yeah, I don't know quite, you know, I don't know obviously really what needs cleaning, or, you know, what's changed on it. So yeah, I just have to kind of put up with it doing it. I mean, not that it's a big deal, it, you know, it's still fine. But I just wondered whether anyone else does have their printer doing similar things. Right, I'm looking really for some of my little book plates. Oh, where are they? Oh, this is so annoying. Right. Nope, I now can't see them anywhere either. Oh, sorry guys. This is just turning out to be like a really disorganised video, isn't it? Oh dear. Got some of my dictionary definitions. That's just not really what I wanted to be using. I wanted to have a little book plate on there. I could have this bloom. That's quite nice, isn't it? I just pop this out the way. Just going to see whether I've got any tucked here to the side, because to be honest, my whole area is such a tip that you know, you never know what's going to be where to be there. Right, got a few here. Oh, I think I've only got the big ones here. I've got those, they're quite large. I've got that one, but it's not got the big platey ends. I need to do a bit more printing and cutting, I think, so there's just not enough time, is there, to get everything done that you want to do. You know, I just always think, oh, I'd like another few hours every day to just do everything that we want to do. Oh, is that any in here? No. No. Oh, it's so annoying. Right. Let me just see whether I've got any that haven't been cut out yet. No, I don't think I have. Oh. I've literally got everything laying around me. Everything but those. Just having a little rummage in a sort of packet that I've got here beside me. Nope. Not got any in there either. Oh, that's so annoying, isn't it? So annoying. Oh well, never mind. Right. Okay. Back to what we were doing. See, that's just not quite right now. Do you know what? Let's get rid of her. And cut out this. Go. And I just wondered whether we could have it like that instead. Should we do that? Let me ink these bits up and see how they'll look. I'm still kind of scanning around on my desk to see whether I can spot any of these little book plates, smaller ones. Obviously the last thing that I want to do is now stop the video again to go down and print some more off, because it's one of those stop-start videos enough already. Oh, that looks pretty, doesn't it? Right, okay. So I'm now looking for some brads. Come on. Right, there's one. And come on. 2. Yay. That was painless. Painless. Reasonably painless. Right. Let's put some holes. 1, 2. Okay. Oh gosh, I've got things stuck all over me again. Oh well. Never mind. Right. Let's just press that in. Chop that little stem off, which is pretty long. And then that one. Okay. Oh, come on. See if I can just bend that one round. Okay, not too bad. Right. Loving how that looks now. Got there eventually. It did take a while, didn't it? So, right. Just see if we want some little bit of doily there. Yep, that looks really pretty. So I'm just going to literally kind of chuck this on. Might have it. Just wondered whether I could have got it on there sort of with those flowers both still showing, because that would be nice. Both still showing, but still have this on. Okay, so I'm just going to hold it roughly in place, and again just use this Ujimi, you know, 3-in-1 glue, so it's not marking the coffee dyed doily. So that's that piece. There's my dry wipe now. Oh, honestly, it's just like one thing after another, isn't it, this video? It's because obviously now I feel super aware of how long this video's been going on. So, yeah, feeling a little bit like, oh, must hurry up. Okay. Stick that down. Okay, good. Right, got there eventually. Going to just pop that on there, and I'm just going to use hot glue for popping this down. So again, let me just get my hot glue. You know, the hot glue is just lovely and quick, and you know, when things are a little bit lumpy, i.e. like this has got the brads, I just think the hot glue really is hard to beat. You know, yeah, really just great for sticking down things that are lumpy, or, you know, that need to kind of attach quickly. There we go. So that looks really pretty, doesn't it? Do we want anything else on here? Or are you all just giving up the will to live watching this endless video? Yeah, you probably are. You probably are. I don't really blame you. I know how you feel, in fact. Right, should we have a little bit of lace going there at the side? Yes. Right. Okay. So again, I'm just going to apply this to the lace. Okay. Like that. Just dab that off as best I can. Okay, right. And then a little bit of bling will just hopefully finish this off just nicely. So again, just, oops. Oh, I'd forgotten to stick this on, look. Honestly, just forget my head if it wasn't screwed on. Okay, so let's just pop this one down now. I just use that 3-in-1, so hopefully it will be nicely stuck down. Oops. Okay, let's just dab that around like that. Dab it there. Okay, and then just pop that bit of bling, I think, there to the side. Looks super pretty. Oh, come on. What on earth is going on? Okay, right. Finally, we finally got there. Okay, now I don't think that needs anything else. Obviously I will put something in that pocket. Yeah, I don't think I need anything else on there. Although it's always nice to have something else, isn't it? Oh, what is wrong with me? Why? Why do I have to always just say, oh, one more thing? Add more and more and more stuff. I don't know. I have no idea why that's the case. That's quite pretty, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, I just always have that more is more thing going on. So even now, let's just mop that up. Right, just move that over slightly. Okay, that's better. Right, okay, that's my piece finished. So Rachel, if you caught this video, I apologise that this is now going to be so solid. I mean, obviously at the moment it's still really, really soggy. But by the time it gets dry and pops in the post to you, no doubt it'll be like a rock hard piece of cardboard. It'll be like the Amazon packaging, that stiff. So yeah, sorry about that. But I hope that you like it, and happy belated birthday. And yeah, this will be winging its way to you soon. So thanks very much for watching, guys, and see you all again soon. Thanks then. Bye.